Yes, you read that right. The secret to the Thunderbolts' success might just be none other than everyone's favorite hammer-wielding Asgardian, Thor.
What?
But what exactly does Thor have to do with the Thunderbolts? And how will that help them be successful? Let's get right into it. Welcome back to Heroescope. With Thunderbolts just a few months away, we decided to take a look at what could make both the team and the movie a success. Let's cover the basics first. The Thunderbolts are a team that originated in an issue of a The Incredible Hulk comic run in 1997. They were first introduced as a new superhero team which would replace the Avengers, as the Avengers were thought to be destroyed at the time. Instead, in a big plot twist, they turned out to be the Masters of Evil, a team of Avengers villains, in disguise, led by Baron Zemo. The lineup was completely different than it is today, and the Thunderbolts only became the team of anti-heroes we know them as today later, when they threw Baron Zemo out of the team, in order to try to become heroes of their own, under the leadership of Clint Barton. As we know, the current Thunderbolts lineup consists of a bunch of characters who have all had their run-ins with brainwashing and villainy. Bucky, Yelena, Red Guardian, Ghost, John Walker, and Taskmaster. Partly due to bad choices, partly due to brainwashing, all of these characters are somewhat broken and are looking for where they fit in the world. Now this is where Thor comes into play. You may be thinking, wait, is Thor going to be in this movie? And the answer is no. Well, we're 99% sure, but you never know what Kevin Feige is cooking behind the scenes. However, his character arc could have everything to do with how the Thunderbolts are handled and how successfully they blend into the MCU, as well as how like they end up becoming. Let's see. When he first appears in the MCU, Thor is this arrogant, egoistic character that is completely full of himself, with no regard for anyone around him because he basically had all the power, all the riches since he was born. Now, this still doesn't have anything to do with any of the Thunderbolts characters, but we're getting to the point. When he makes a grave mistake, his father, Odin, practically disowns him, takes away his hammer, and banishes him straight to Earth. Already, in the first movie, Thor has to deal with the fact that he has been stripped off everything that made him Thor, and then he has to make drastic changes if he wants to be Thor again. This, in a way, is the situation almost all of the Thunderbolts characters find themselves in going into the movie. Just like Thor, the members of the Thunderbolts are warriors who have lost their way, stripped of the things that once defined them. Bucky Barnes was molded into a weapon, and even after breaking free, he struggles with whether he can ever be more than the Winter Soldier. Yelena Belova spent her whole life being trained as an assassin, only to realize that she has no idea who she is outside of the Red Room. John Walker had the title of Captain America taken from him, forcing him to question what kind of soldier he really wants to be. Ghost, Taskmaster, and Red Guardian all share the same fate. They are former tools of greater powers, now completely lost, without purpose. But this is not where the similarities stop. Once Thor becomes worthy again, he goes back to Thoring and is flying high. However, one by one, he starts losing everyone he cares for in his life, and in the process, his identity. Just like that, he loses his mother, Jane, his father, his hammer, and his eye, all in the blink of an eye. He's left to question what truly defines him. Was it his hammer that made him a hero, or was the power always inside him? At the end of Thor Ragnarok, once Thor finally accepts that he is powerful even without his hammer, he gets a slap of reality in the form of Thanos, who destroys his ship, and even unalives his brother, Loki, in the process. After this, Thor is once again, both metaphorically and literally, floating lost in space, trying to figure out how he can find the strength to move on, and be the hero he is supposed to be. And his sufferings don't even end there. Once he finally gets his new weapon, the axe Stormbreaker, he confronts Thanos, and despite his best efforts, he is still late, and half the universe gets snapped away, due to the fact he didn't aim for the head. After this, Thor starts blaming himself, and completely lets himself go, gains a lot of weight, and forgets all about being a hero. He is only able to come once he talks to his mother, when he travels to the past, who assures him that he is still worthy and that he has a place in the world. And this is exactly what the MCU can look to borrow from Thor and adapt into the Thunderbolts. Thor's entire character arc is about redemption, and that's exactly the path the Thunderbolts are on. One of the most defining moments in Thor's journey isn't just any of the moments where he regains his powers. It's when he realizes that being a hero has nothing to do with winning or losing battles. It's about sacrifice. It's about putting the greater good above your own pain, even when it costs you everything. Thor was willing to lay down his life to stop Hela, to save the people of Asgard, and later, to undo Thanos' destruction. And this is exactly the lesson the Thunderbolts need to learn. Going into the movie, they're just a group of individuals thrown together, each carrying their own trauma, their own reasons for fighting. Just as Thor had to learn that his power didn't come from his hammer, but from within himself, the Thunderbolts must face the same question. If they aren't the assassins and weapons they were made to be anymore, then who are they? Better yet, who do they want to be? Are they just a government strike force? Or do they have the potential to be something greater? They are aware of the fact that they have the power, and it is how they want to use it that they have to figure out. In fact, all of them have used their powers before, but always as someone else's weapon. And what they finally have to do is to, much like Thor, face all of the trauma that they have faced in their lives, accept it, and use it to become something greater. True heroes. Thor's journey is proof that being a true hero isn't about how strong you are, it's about what you're willing to stand for. The Thunderbolt characters don't need to be perfect, and they don't need to be the next Avengers. But if they want to leave an impact, they need to follow the same path Thor did. They need to earn their redemption. They need to prove to the world that they can be more than what they were made to be. But most importantly, they need to prove it to themselves. And if Thunderbolts can capture that struggle, it won't just be another fun MCU team-up movie. It could be one of the most meaningful redemption stories the franchise has ever told. If you want to dive even deeper into the world of superheroes, check out our video on Deadpool's wildest ride from Zero and Hero, where we go deep down into the world of the Merc with a Mouth and his turbulent journey from the page of a comic book to the big screen. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to Heroescope, and turn on notifications so you never miss out on more deep dives into your favorite characters. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.